Ah, you're back.
Hello everyone, how's it been? How's it going? I know I haven't seen you guys in a fat minute, but hey, it is Madam 𝙎𝙬𝙾𝙬𝙤𝙬, and I am back finally with a speed paint of drawing myself in the style of Persona 5. Now, let's go ahead and get right to it. Let's talk about the process because, well, let's try to recall the process because, this was recorded almost 2 years ago. But as you guys can tell, I obviously have some references lined up on the side of the canvas, which honestly were the two references that I ended up just using. I did make a kind of collage to look back to and get some guidance of, and even looked up a YouTube video and a kind of guide of a poster. I'll go ahead and put those up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But in truth, On and Ren were what I used most. And as you guys can see, or as you guys saw, I originally made a sketch of the hair and the body first to go off, but I quickly realized this was not going to be my best approach. So that little pause was me looking at the guide and realizing I should start with the eyes, which is something I rarely do. It is looking a little jank, so I am fixing it up as we speak. I went ahead and kind of fixed the eyes location, the size, my face, my nose, my ears, etc, etc. And from then I would go down from the head to the body and eventually the hair, as you guys will see. We are starting with sketches. I'm just fixing up little details that I thought were wrong or kind of made it look weird, because I want to get as close as possible to the style as I can get. Now, my original plan is to make this my VTuber self, my VTuber design at the time, to be in the style of Persona 5, but that will change later down the line because as I was doing it, I was kind of realizing, yeah, I don't like this. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Because when it comes to my artistic ways, I never have a linear path. It's not sketch, line art, flats, render, etc. I go back and forth a lot, which maybe for some of you guys, you're probably going to be like, well, duh, madam. But I feel like I do it in a rather chaotic way, which leads to me not finishing a lot of my projects because I never know what I want to do. But here, for the most part, I'm just putting down some flat colors so my brain can start visualizing the final product. I'm a very visual person, and very quickly I can realize, do I like this or do I not like this? And I'm already hesitant at this point. I'm kind of like, ooh, something's bugging me, and I can't tell what it is just yet. But of course I keep pushing on anyway because I'm telling myself at the moment, the one feeling I remember from 2 years ago, that you just started, you just got the sketch done, or you're doing the sketch in this case, and you're still not sure what exactly you're looking for. It doesn't look right when you start off the bat. You have to give it an hour at the minimum. So I am pushing forward and just trying to see if my exact issue will be pinpointed down the line. Sketching is always the easiest part for me, and oftentimes my line art is actually just a cleaned up sketch because I dread the idea of doing it all over again. So I push myself in this instance. I'm like, just complete it, just do it. You know it's gonna look different. You quite literally just have to trust the process, which is always easier said than done. Although I do want to clarify that I don't mind line art, but I'm not a particular fan. I skip it altogether if I can. And this was basically the start of the process of me realizing, do I want this to be my VTuber self or my Persona 5 Sona? And all that jazz. Now, we continue the line art anyway. I'm adding little details that make me look like me, adding my brows, doing my eyes, my little moles, etc, etc. Now, this process was slightly therapeutic and also good practice because I do struggle with line weight, and Persona 5 does have quite a bit of that around. I'm going ahead also fixing up some of my flat colors just so I can go ahead and visualize a little better, because if I can see something being done in a certain way, I will continue doing it in said way. But here, that was not the case. I was not liking the look, I was not liking my hair, I was not liking the fit, and that had to change eventually. But for now, we're just going to clean up some of the little messes, do my little hairs that I have, and get the basic shape down, because honestly, it is a struggle on what exactly I was trying to go for. My hair was bugging me, mostly because it looked really flat. I felt really boring in a way. My silhouette wasn't really that interesting. Felt like it could blend into any other character, or rather an NPC. So, but I marched forward anyway, telling myself, no, I'll commit to it. I'll finish it so I can at least truly decide if this is what I do and do not want. So with the multiple attempts, as I struggle, we do eventually get a solid line art done, adding some extra little thickness here and there, thinning out what needs to be thinned out, and correcting any little errors before I will eventually go back to redoing my flat colors. Now, if you guys are wondering why this video now, I'm going to go ahead and just state that this is technically part 0 of a Let's Play series of Persona 5, because guess what? In good old fashion, as a Persona 5 fan, I've never played Persona 5 in my life. Wow. I know about Persona 5. I watched the Let's Plays back in 2020 when quarantine hit us all. Now, I didn't have my PC at the time, so I couldn't even play it if I wanted to. I did have an old little laptop, but that old little laptop was going through the ringer, and I was not about to put her through that torture. So I watched Let's Plays. But I kid you not, yeah, the only information I retained from those Let's Plays was the romance route for Ren and On. I forgot everything else. About 99.9 of everything between 2020 and 2026. It was atrocious. It is atrocious. So when I finally play this game, it's going to be like going in blind. Almost. Because I do recall some tidbits like the beginning and whatnot. And of course, the romance route for On and Ren. Those two are my favorites. But outside of that, I don't recall much. So we're going to start over and finally play the game and experience it for myself. The game is already downloaded on my PC and ready to go, but I will not be able to play the game not for a couple weeks when I get back from some trips I'm doing on and some work that needs to be done. But for now, I leave you guys with this lovely speed paint of, well, me in the style of Persona 5. Now, when I do eventually finish the game, though, we probably will revisit this of drawing myself in this style, because although I say that this is me in the style of Persona 5, in truth, this is a blend between my VTuber self and my Sona. I think I mentioned this earlier. If I didn't, editing me cry. But I say that because me and my sibling have a little kind of AU going on of Persona 5 Royale. But basically our VTuber selves in this world. To give a quick summary, just to see what you guys think about it. But basically, my sibling is entering the world of Persona 5 to live their life in that multiverse. It goes so horribly bad that the gods that basically look over her and give her powers decided to reboot the entire timeline to give it another chance and called me in for backup. Now, why call in me? My name is Madam Voidus. My whole lore and my whole spiel is that I am a void VTuber. Now, what is the void? For me, the void is the dimension between all and every existing universes and multiverses, basically, which means I get access to them and can enter them and live lives in them. And this also includes that of Persona 5. So I lived the life of Persona 5 base game, the vanilla, if you will. And my sibling lived that of Persona 5 Royale. Well, is going to, but in a different sense, because this is, as the title suggests, an AU. So it will divert from the original story, from both base and vanilla. But like I said, that is only a story we will dive into after we finish the game itself. Y ahora un nuevo parte que quiero introducir a mis videos es Madam hablando el español, porque para los que no sepan, soy mexicana. Hola. Y obviamente hablo el inglés, como lo escucharon, pero también hablo el español. De hecho, es mi idioma, es mi primer idioma. Disculpas. Mi primer idioma, pero no lo uso tanto como el inglés. Y quiero usar ese tiempo para practicarlo, hablarlo y toma un shock cada vez que digo y, pero como dije, practicarlo. Entonces vamos a continuar aquí usándolo hasta el fin del video, cuando yo creo vamos a cambiar al inglés de nuevo. Entonces aquí tenemos nuestro progreso, como pueden ver, y yo creo ya se está pareciendo más como el estilo de Persona 5, con el estilo de los ojos, los colores, las sombras y los, a ver, corríjame si lo estoy diciendo mal, pero los reflejos de luz o el punto de luz. Ayuda. Pero ahí lo estamos dibujando por fin. Y como pueden ver, ya no tengo el diseño original de mi VTuber. Y lo voy a cambiar para el uniforme de Shujin, porque en mi mente siempre voy a tener la conexión de Persona 5 con esa ropa. Entonces ya en cambiándolo yo sentí que mi diseño ya fue más completo. Se siente pues bien. Ya no se miraba raro, como ya no tenía esa sensación de, o ese sentimiento de algo le falta. Así que el parte que sigue fue muy fácil. Realmente no me tardó mucho tiempo en hacer el uniforme. solo que fue muy aburrido. Y también van a ver que el diseño cambia. Tengo como un corset más o menos parecido como de 𝙎𝙾𝙀𝙀, pero diferente, ¿ok? No la quiero copiar. Eso sí, que este diseño fue algo que decidí en ese momento. Realmente no se parece nada como mi diseño original. Eso sí, que ese diseño que hice también ya ha cambiado. Hoy en día, en el 2026, ha cambiado y completamente diferente de lo que tenía antes. Y tal vez, como dije en las partes que estuve hablando en inglés, tal vez vamos a tener otro video así donde por fin les voy a enseñar mi diseño final de cómo Madam se mira en este universo. Bueno, el universo de mi hermana, no la mía, porque esa ya la viví. Pero hablando del arte, continuamos, ¿ok? Solo le faltan unos detallitos y van a ver cómo fue pensando en qué agregarle y qué quitarle. Entonces, realmente aquí voy a terminar mi segmento de español porque ha dicho todo lo que necesitaba decir. Por favor, disfruten de mi arte, mi proceso y los últimos minutos. Ojalá en el próximo video esta parte en español va a ser más larga. El segmento tal vez va a durar más o menos 10 minutos, media hora, porque eso es algo que también hago en mis streams en Twitch, pero esto es todo por el momento. Entonces aquí acabamos nuestra práctica y Madam los va a ver de nuevo al fin del video. Okay, officially ready, done, and let's show it off. Madam in the style of Persona 5. Ta-da! Ready to join the other creations I've made over the years, okay? Along with my Twitch assets. Let's check it out here for a moment. And my Persona 5 styled stream overlays that I do every now and then. But since finals are done, we're probably not going to see it until the new semester starts. But yeah, thank y'all for coming, for saying hello. Me acting like I'm streaming. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you guys for watching. Officially back from hiatus, so you guys will be seeing more of me. And if you can't, or if you don't here, you can always check out my Twitch channel, which I'll try to get back into streaming. But yeah, this was a fun little process that I did about almost 3 years ago, so good stuff. We'll be doing it more often when we get into it. Who knows when part 1 will be filmed and uploaded, because I do want to purchase the CPU cooler first because my temperatures are a little high. So we'll see. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about it. If you guys liked it, some things you would change. If you guys also have done this challenge for yourself, let me know how that went. And until then, Madam will see you guys on the other side. Take care, lots of food, lots of water. Bye.